You guys, this is getting even more bizarre. So I'm just going to pick it up as part 2 from the last video. If you haven't seen the last video connected to this, it's not going to make much sense. But continuing on with the name of this movie called Hathaway. And in this movie title, I was noticing the word sorcery. Okay? Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, Hathaway, the sorcery of nymph Circe. Okay, it's the second film in a Hathaway trilogy. Nothing to do with Anne Hathaway. Just so happens again that Anne Hathaway's last name is in the title of that movie, and she's literally in 2 different movies in the theaters right now. But what's crazy is I was looking through all her different movies, and she's in a bunch. And a case could be made that she's been playing a goddess role several times in other movies as well. But specifically back in the year 2020, do you guys remember what happened that year? And then in 2021 as well. And in the year 2020, Anne Hathaway plays a role in a movie called The Witches. And in 2021, she plays another role in a movie called Locked Down. Well, in the movie The Witches, Anne Hathaway plays the Grand High Witch, the supreme leader of a coven of evil witches. Her plot is to use a magical formula called Formula 86 Delayed Action Mouse Maker to turn all the children in the world into mice so their parents will squash them. Okay? Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, if you remember in the last video, I was relating the name Hathaway, and then I was playing with her name, Anne Hathaway, Anahata chakra, and how it's got that Anahata or Anna Hathaway, and the Anahata chakra is the Venus chakra or the heart chakra, and how this new thing that we just saw in the news in the last week or so, which is called the Hanta, which is the Hanta, which is just kind of playing with her name again, happens to match up with also the Anahata or Anahata chakra is the heart chakra, which could relate to people dying from like heart attacks. But what gets even weirder is that this mice connection with the mice poop, right? You guys just saw that, right? The mice and the news. And looking at this movie, The Witches, is creepy as hell. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely going to watch it now. I'm sure there's tons of connections. But even in the name of this Hathaway movie, in the title itself, The Sorcery of Nymph Circe. Well, what do these words mean? Well, sorcery is the practice of using supernatural, occult, or magical powers to influence the world. AKA, it could be like black magic. Circe, in Greek mythology, is a powerful goddess and sorceress of magic potions and herbs, best known for Homer's Odyssey. She notoriously used her magic to turn her enemies and crew of Odyssey or Odysseus into swine. So this goddess is turning men into swine in the word that's in the title of the movie Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is in these movies called Mother Mary, The Devil Wears Prada 2. Her name you can play with and come up with the Anahata. You can see the Hanta. And you can see how this does actually match up with the year 2020, 2021, with movies called Witches and Locked Down, and other things like the mice poop, which is in the news right now. I mean, I can't make this shit up, right? It's just insane, actually. And I had to point it out. Also, the word nymph is another goddess. So in mythology, it refers to a minor nature goddess or spirit depicted as a beautiful maiden inhabiting forests, rivers, or mountains. Well, I'll definitely take that goddess over the Witches movie. What was that? What was her title in that one again? It was Anne Hathaway plays the Grand High Witch, the supreme leader of a coven of evil witches. Okay. My next thing to do is get off this, making this YouTube video, and I'm going to go watch that movie. You guys have a good night.